Dear Death. Growing up, I was told a story about death and dying and grief. I was led to believe that death was private, that it should be kept hidden, tucked away behind closed doors. I was told that death was dirty and that we shouldn't touch a dead body. I was told not to think about death and that it wouldn't happen until I was old. I was also taught that grief followed these neat and tidy stages, and that eventually we would get over our grief, move past it, find closure. And yet, I was curious. I wanted to ask questions. I wanted to hear stories. I wanted to learn about secular and universal rituals connected to death. What I've come to realize is that death is a part of life, just like grief is a reflection of our love. They are two sides of the same coin. We live in a world of cycles, beginnings and endings. Nature shows us how beautiful it can be to embrace these cycles, to let things go. The problem with being afraid of death, of not knowing how to talk about death, of not knowing what to do when someone dies, is that we end up feeling alone. We need to start telling a new story, a story that talks openly about death and dying, a story that reframes grief not as something we need to get over, but as something we learn to walk with every single day. A story that inspires us with simple rituals that reflect who we are and what we value. Rituals that are accessible to everyone, no matter what you believe or don't believe. We need a story that connects us. We are curious beings seeking ways to make this life more meaningful. And rituals can help us move through moments of change and times of transition. They can help us let go of the past, find stillness in the present moment, and set intentions for the future. We can create new rituals that reflect our changing world, rituals that help us embrace death like we embrace life, rituals that help shift the narratives around death and dying and grief. And that, dear death, can be our legacy. Imagine the possibilities. Love, Megan.